Today we're getting fancy up in here. Hey everyone, it's your girl Michelle back with another Cupcakes and Studmuffins TV. Hey guys, I'm really excited about today. I have wanted to make this cake forever. Like seriously, it's been stored in my memory bank for the longest time, and it is a really scary place to be, my memory bank. So like we just gotta let it out. So you guys know, like, I'm hating hard on the traditional, always seen Easter cakes. You guys know the ones that I'm talking about. You see them all over the place on Instagram and Pinterest. So what I wanted to do was come with new, fresh ideas for 2020 and kind of give you guys some options of other things that you could be making for your dinner parties or just for fun. Now we started with that cute AF basket weave cake, but today we're gonna focus on a super luxe looking Faberge egg. Yeah, you heard me, Faberge. So for those of you that don't understand the term Faberge, you may or may not be familiar with it. Let me just break it down for you real quick. Faberge designed those intricate, beautiful, like more than I could ever afford eggs that you sometimes see. You can find a lot of them in St. Petersburg. You can find them in the Kremlin Armory. Even the Queen owns a few of them. So they're not everyday average Joe pieces by any means. We would never be able to afford one, nor would we be able to ever get our hands on one unless you just like found one of the missing ones somewhere spectacularly. But in this case, in making this cake, you're gonna have your very own Faberge or Fauxberge. Skills that you're gonna learn in this video would be the buttercream palette knife painting of a cake, as well as precise and back-breaking dragée application. So without further ado, let's get to it, guys. Let's get baked and decorated. Let's get to stacking. I've got my cakes here and ready to go. I've got 2 3-inch cakes as well as 2 4-inch cakes. I'm gonna start with a 3-inch cake, follow it up with a 4-inch cake, another 4-inch cake, and then the 3-inch on top. So it's got that little bit of an egg shape. After stacking, I let my cakes chill in the fridge for about 15 minutes, and now I'm inserting a dowel right into the center. I'm going to take my serrated knife now and just go along the outside edges of my cake, shaping it down more into the shape that I want. Don't be afraid of this step, just do your best. Once you have the shape that you want, it's time to crumb coat your cake. So I'm taking some buttercream here as well as my offset spatula, just going around and around the cake, and then I'm going to take my piece of acetate and smooth it out just a touch. After about 15 minutes in the fridge, come back for round 2, applying another coat of buttercream and smoothing it out for that final smooth finish. Taking a Dresden tool now, I'm just marking the center point of my cake, and then with some gold luster dust and vodka, I'm going to begin to paint that center line. This is to mimic on the Faberge eggs, that point where the egg opens up. Now the center lines on Faberge eggs are usually quite fancy, so I'm taking my Sweet Ippolita 3mm vintage gold dragées here, and I'm just going to go along those lines, placing them. Now this is the most back-breaking part of this project, you guys. It takes a long time. These are really tiny, so if you're making a larger cake, make sure you scale your dragées accordingly and choose a larger size so you're not here forever doing this. Now it's time to paint with buttercream. These are my palette knives. I break every single one of them out whenever I do this type of project because I never know exactly which one I'm going to use. So right now I'm adding gel colors to my buttercream, and I do this on a plate so it's more like an artist palette and it's easier for me to scoop up with my knives rather than putting it in a bowl and trying to take that kind of flat knife surface and scoop it up. So for those of you who may legitimately oil paint, I'm not even going to pretend like I know the names of these knives. I'm just going to call it as I see it. So this one is angled big flat knife. And I'm just scooping up different shades of my green. You want to make it dimensional, so definitely don't scoop into just one color. Kind of scoop up a couple of them. And as you can see, I'm just swiping it on to make the leaves. We're going to flip to big raindrops. I'm going to start with my biggest, most outermost petals, and I'm starting with my darkest color. You can go from dark to light or light to dark. That's totally up to you, but just start swiping on your biggest petals first. Then I'm going to flip to small or little raindrop, and I'm going to go with a lighter shade of pink and start to move in. You'll notice now I'm at my, I guess, lightest shade of pink for those final petals. For a different flower look, I'm going to switch to my more rounded palette knife now, and I have some of my darker shade. I'm going to load it up and just flip that onto my cake before moving into a lighter shade for the inside of the flower. When I'm happy with that, I'm just going to go back in and start filling in any gaps with more flowers just so that it looks all nice and full. And then taking my small raindrop brush, I'm just going to gently dab some golden colored buttercream in the center of the flowers to make it look like pollen. Using a pair of tweezers, I'm going to go back in now with the same dragees I used along the lined edges and just place them in the center of the flowers to add some glitz and glamour to the effect. With a toothpick and a bit of modeling chocolate now shaped into a sphere, I'm just going to insert this into the top of my cake to act as that kind of top handle or accent on a Faberge egg, and I'm going to paint that gold before adding some more dragee detailing. And that's it, friends, your own Faberge egg worthy of royalty. So maybe this cake was a little bit harder for you to accomplish, or maybe you found it absolutely relaxing. I know when I do my buttercream painting techniques, like I totally just feel at ease and relaxed when I'm doing it. I have all my knives spread out in front of me, but I don't really have a plan like what I'm actually gonna do. I just kind of like pick up whatever one and just kind of go for it and see what happens. And usually, you guys, it's beautiful. So just do your best. Just put your palette knife to the cake and see what happens. I hope this inspires some of you, especially if you're having a more elaborate or luxe Easter themed party this year. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember to always lick the spoon. Hey guys, I'm gonna stay full screen for this one rather than going to that itty bitty tiny little window to remind you that February the 26th is Pink Shirt Day to help end bullying. Bullies can come in various shapes and sizes. They could be someone on the playground, somebody at work, they could be a landlord, they can be somebody behind the lens of social media. I know myself, I've tried to live my life with the purest, kindest heart that I could. I know I give where I can, but who knows, maybe my words in the past have hurt someone and gone without even my knowing. So to anyone watching this video right now, if there was ever a time where you felt that you were bullied by me, I just wanted to look into this lens and apologize to you and hope that you would send me a message so we can talk about it. So February the 26th, guys, girls, grab your t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you own that's pink, or go out and grab something to wear. This t-shirt, I wanted to give a shout out to Keisha of Customly Wrapped Creations. She's my buddy, she's making these, and I'm gonna link to her below. Bye for now.